Folks, y'all are here to witness something very special. You're witnessing a miracle today. The story of this wedding began when these two were about to realize that they weren't finding that one person. But when they met, it was that miracle moment that they knew. When she got home, she texted Emily, said, "I think I just met my husband." He came home and said, "I asked her if I could go to church with her tomorrow." He went to another church, but he wanted to go to church with her. And his mom and I could see in his eye, there was that miracle again.
You got cheese, or do we need to go get some cheese?
No, there's cheese. I got.
You gonna toast my buns?
The big one, Big Daddy.
Yeah.
It'll be a year today.
And we went to dinner, and he said, "Hey, I just need to warn you. I'm coming from a dad-themed birthday party, so I'm gonna be in jorts."
I was wearing straight up cut off jorts. So I went and bought some jorts from Walmart, and then I cut them off even shorter.
Yes, sir.
They're a little short, and he definitely had some tall, goofy socks on.
with my tall white socks and everything, yeah.
Never believed in when you know, but he rounded the corner and I just knew, and I was like, oh no, I wasn't ready for this.
We just got to talking about like our faith and just our lives and everything.
I just knew the whole time. We sat down for dinner and he prayed for dinner, and not just that, but he was intentional to pray for our time together. And that's one of my favorite things about him, is that he always prays for our time together, and not just your superficial, like, hey, thanks for everything, but he's intentional to pray for our time together and that it glorifies the Lord. And he did that from day one.
I mean, just the kind of the whole getting to know her there, and just like I felt like even though we had only met each other that day, I felt like I had known her forever. And we just, I don't know, I just knew.
I just knew. It was like, I don't know, I just knew. And that's the thing, I never believed anybody that you would know, but like, I just did. And so after dinner, I got in the car and I was like, oh no, this is really it. And one of my bridesmaids, she called me to ask me how it went, and I said, I just met my husband and I don't know what to do.
Met on a Saturday, and then I went to church with her on Sunday the next day. And
he walked me to the car and he said, do you mind if I go to church with you in the morning? And it scared the crap out of me. But I was like, yes. Why would you say no? Like, that's everything I've ever dreamed of, like a man to want to be at church with me on a Sunday. And he did. He got up and he came to church with me the next morning, and we have not been in church without each other since.
And I guess that was it for her when I voluntarily went to church with her instead of having to be drugged behind her, you know.
So growing up, my grandpa was my favorite person in the entire world. Literally the entire world. The most godly man I've ever known, loved me unlike anybody else I've ever known. The Lord sent Daniel, who is exactly like him. They wear the same cologne. They love the same things.
We just really got to know each other like instantly. It wasn't like we dated over 6 months and got to know each other. It's just like that day I feel like I knew her completely.
Daniel Ray, what an absolute honor it is to be able to love you. When we first met for dinner, I had no intention of falling in love. From that moment, you walked towards me wearing your homemade jorts. I knew my heart would never be the same. I have spent my entire adult life praying for you before I ever knew you. I prayed for a man to see beyond the hurt, the brokenness, and the fears. I prayed that man would see the woman God was molding me to be. And I knew on our first date that I had found that man.
Ever since the day we met, I always knew you were something special. And countless times over, you've only proved me right. I promise that I will always be by your side, to walk with you through adversity, and even to carry you through it if I must. I promise to do my very best to be a leader and an example for you and our future family.
Amy Claire,
Amy Claire,
with this ring,
I
pledge my life
pledge my life
and love
and love
in the name of the Father
in the name of the Father
and of the Son
and of the Son
and the Holy Spirit.
and the Holy Spirit.
Daniel, with this ring, I pledge my life and my love in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Well, Amy Claire, welcome to the family. Daniel, kiss your bride. Ladies and gentlemen, let me be the first to introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. Daniel Ray Garson.
I love everything about you. I love that your heart is so kind and tries to always see the best in everyone. I love that you are gentle and supportive. I love that you make me feel like the only girl in the world. I love that you seek the Lord and lead our relationship with God in the center. I love that you pray for me and for us. Daniel, I could spend hours listing all of your incredible attributes, and it would still not do you justice. You are an absolute dream come true, an answered prayer, and the only person I could ever see myself building a life with. Thank you. Thank you for always picking up the pieces of my heart and putting them together. Thank you for always pushing me to be more like Christ. Thank you for selflessly loving me. I promise to always keep God in the center of our family. I promise to love you on your worst days just as much as I do on your best days. I promise to always push you to be the best man that you can be. I promise to honor you in words and actions. I promise to always be faithful to you. Daniel Ray, I absolutely love you more than I ever thought possible.
I love you, Amy Claire, more than any fears that either of us may have, more than any bad day, and more than any table or any lizard. I love you more than I could ever tell you or show you, and I truly cannot wait for it forever.